Eren approached Lady Atia with a puzzled expression, wondering why she sought his audience. She met his gaze with a solemn air before revealing the truth. She was a ghost, and to communicate with the living, her name had to be invoked. Eren found himself at a loss, contemplating the surreal encounter. Despite facing monsters for a decade, conversing with a spirit was an entirely new experience for him. He couldn't help but reflect on the strange occurrences since he awoke in this unfamiliar body. With a grave demeanor, Lady Atia wasted no time delving into the matter at hand. Her piercing gaze bore into Eren as she questioned his identity, knowing full well he wasn't Eren Pendragon. Shock washed over Eren upon hearing her assertion. Sensing his disbelief, Lady Atia quickly softened her tone, offering apologies for the blunt delivery that may have seemed threatening. She explained that her knowledge came from Soldrake, who had informed her of Eren's true nature. Understanding dawned upon Eren as he pieced together the puzzle before him. With newfound clarity, he inquired if Lady Atia could communicate with dragons as well, and whether she knew his original identity. Lady Atia admitted to Eren that she didn't possess that knowledge and expressed a desire to understand what transpired. Eren pondered the situation, realizing Atia's spectral nature and contemplating the exclusivity of their interaction. If he was the sole witness to Atia's presence, perhaps she could become an ally in his journey. Assured of his decision, Eren vowed to disclose everything despite his doubts about Atia's willingness to believe him. He embarked on a narrative, revealing not only the events leading to his current state, but also his true identity as Valt. Eren recounted the fateful day on the Lobtine Plain, where both Eren and Raven perished, or so it was believed. Eren grappled with the mystery of why Raven awoke in the guise of Eren Pendragon after supposedly dying. As Eren shared his tale, Atia began to grasp the essence of his being. Eren was taken aback by her acceptance of his extraordinary story. Atia reassured him, explaining that belief was irrelevant in the face of his tangible presence. Soldrake, too, had recognized the anomaly of Eren's existence, further validating his truth. Atia found herself inclined to believe Eren's account, but she dropped a bombshell that left him reeling. She suggested that the Eren Raven had protected on the Lobtine Plain might have been an impostor. Shock washed over Eren at the implications of such a revelation. With a solemn tone, Atia delved into the intricate history of the Pendragon lineage. She spoke of generations of heirs forming pacts with Soldrake, weaving a tapestry of power and obligation. Then she posed a question to Raven. Had he ever heard of the necessity to unlock a mausoleum? Atia elaborated, revealing the true significance of the Pendragon mausoleum. It wasn't merely a resting place for ancestral souls, but a repository of the family's fortune, ancestral blessings, and the familiars of Soldrake. Within its depths lay a magic tower housing the closely guarded secrets of the Pendragon lineage, the wellspring of their greatness. The opening of the mausoleum symbolized stability and prosperity for the Pendragon family, while its closure heralded decline. Atia emphasized the gravity of the situation, explaining that only the heirs of Pendragon possessed the key to unlock the mausoleum gate. Atia elucidated the daunting challenge of forming a pact with Soldrake, whose authority was nearly insurmountable. The Pendragon heir had but a single opportunity to forge this pact. Failure meant relinquishing the task to future generations. Even renowned figures like Klein and his predecessor Gordon had struggled with the pact, highlighting its formidable nature. Eren, deemed the weakest Pendragon in history, had been decisively defeated by Soldrake, plunging him into a coma. Atia explained the grim reality that heirs defeated by Soldrake seldom regained consciousness. The noble white dragon only submitted to those who conquered her authority, making Eren's chances of departing with Soldrake to encounter Valt seem improbable. Eren absorbed this revelation with shock. However, Atia swiftly redirected the focus, assuring Eren that his identity was currently inconsequential. Instead, she emphasized the paramount importance of Eren Pendragon awakening with another soul within him. Eren queried Atia about the cryptic message she was conveying. In response, Atia revealed that while the body belonged to Eren, the soul within did not. This revelation meant there was still a chance to forge a pact with Soldrake if the soul was different. Atia then outlined a daring plan for Raven. She explained that the Pendragon forces were currently insufficient. Raven was to journey to the treacherous Ancona forest, a haven for ferocious monsters. Battling through the ceaseless onslaught, Raven would ultimately reach the heart of the forest, the Pendragon mausoleum. There, he would showcase his strength and forge a pact with Soldrake, the guardian of the mausoleum. Atia urged Raven to embrace his destiny as the true heir of Pendragon and undertake the mission. With a probing gaze, she asked for his thoughts on the matter, questioning whether he believed he could succeed. Raven, resolute, agreed to the task. He cited his familiarity with battling monsters and expressed optimism about the potential benefits of opening the mausoleum. With Raven's commitment sealed, Atia nodded in approval, reassured by his determination. She emphasized the importance of this quest and the potential rewards it held for both Raven and the Pendragon lineage. Furthermore, Atia pointed out that it would benefit Raven personally if the Pendragon name regained its authority. With his own ambitions in mind, Raven pledged to utilize all available resources. Atia observed Raven's decisive nature and admired his determination, feeling a sense of affinity towards him. She assured Raven that she harbored no objections to his goals and expressed her desire for Pendragon to reclaim its former glory, which aligned with her own wishes. Atia promised not to hinder Raven's pursuits. Raven expressed gratitude for her understanding. With clarity on the next steps, Raven acknowledged the need to assert control over the vassals. Despite the support the family received after Eren's coma, Raven acknowledged the lingering disdain he faced due to his predecessor's actions. Atia acknowledged Raven's assessment, recognizing that some still underestimated the current head of Pendragon and the family's fortunes. Atia instructed Raven to identify the loyal vassals and assert his authority as the head of the castle. Raven acknowledged the task at hand, recognizing the need to take command of the vassals and prepare for the impending battle to open the mausoleum. With determination in his voice, Raven stated that he would have everything under control within half a month, resorting to force if necessary. The scene transitions to the exterior, where Eren is deeply engrossed in his training regimen. Eren strives to recapture the sensations he experienced as Raven while hunting monsters, their formidable size, their numbers, and their predatory behavior. He resolves not to rely on his comrades as mere fighters, but to hunt with the intent of single-handedly vanquishing them all, determined to prevent the tragedies of his past life from recurring. Linda, observing Eren's intense training, is taken aback by his dedication. She admires his prowess, expressing her genuine astonishment at his abilities. Eren reflects on the transformation his body has undergone since Raven's consciousness inhabited it. From initially being too feeble to wield a sword, Eren's relentless workout routine has rendered his physique akin to that of Raven during his time in the Rakshasa unit. Unbeknownst to Raven, his healing and combat prowess have seamlessly transferred to Eren, a remarkable phenomenon that Eren is deeply grateful for. Just then, Mark Killian, a knight of the Pendragon house, approaches Eren. Offering to spar with swords, Killian extends an invitation for Eren to hone his skills further. Eren contemplated Killian's offer to train him, but instead, he declined for the time being, explaining that he had something else in store for Killian later. The scene then shifted to the main hall of Conrad Castle, where a gathering had convened. Eren, addressing everyone present, declared his intention to soon open the mausoleum. The announcement shocked Killian, the butler, and the soldiers. Killian voiced his concerns, stating that if Eren wished to open the mausoleum, he would have to conquer the Ancona forest with only the current troop strength. With all due respect, Killian expressed doubt about Eren's ability to lead in battle, given his limited training thus far. Eren, however, urged Killian to set aside his reservations momentarily and provide insight into the situation at the gate. Killian described a scene of absolute chaos, where monsters and bandits roamed freely. He explained that vigilante groups had formed in each town to combat the escalating threat. As tension thickened in the room, Eren acknowledged Killian's grim assessment of the situation. Monsters and bandits loomed ever closer to the gate, threatening to breach the castle's defenses. Despite the peril, Eren remained resolute, declaring that Pendragon would not relinquish their hold on the gate. The butler, however, urged caution, proposing a strategy that involved bolstering the family's power through the crystal mines bestowed by the Seerods. He suggested that Eren undergo tactical training with Sir Killian before proceeding further. But Eren countered, pointing out the harsh reality. Pendragon lacked the manpower to protect the crystal mines, let alone operate them effectively. He emphasized that time was of the essence, and delaying action was not an option. In a decisive move, Eren announced that they would depart in 15 days, with him personally leading the operation. He made it clear that objections would not be tolerated. Killian's laughter at Eren's proclamation drew Eren's scrutiny. With a hint of defiance, Eren challenged Killian, questioning the humor in entrusting him with command. Descending the stairs with determination etched on his face, Eren voiced his frustration at the incessant opposition he faced. Addressing Killian, he challenged him to a duel, citing Killian's repeated assertions of wanting to restrain him. Eren declared that he had prepared a grand stage for Killian. Killian, taken aback, questioned Eren's resolve, expressing doubt about his ability to survive on the front line without training. Eren brushed aside Killian's concerns, accusing him of verbosity and urging him to let his sword do the talking. Drawing his sword, Eren charged at Killian, who managed to parry the attack but felt the weight behind Eren's strike. In retaliation, Killian launched a counterattack, only for Eren to deftly evade it. Seizing an opportunity, Eren leaped into the air, unleashing a powerful strike. Despite Killian's own counterstrike, he asserted his superiority, refusing to be bested by a novice in swordsmanship. As Eren withdrew from his strike, Killian, interpreting it as a sign of surrender, but in a swift and unexpected move, Eren used the cover of his sword to deliver a decisive blow to Killian's chest, sending him crashing to the ground. Shock rippled through the onlookers at the sudden turn of events. Turning to address the assembled soldiers, Eren reiterated his earlier declaration. They would depart in 15 days, and he would forge a pact with the White Dragon to open the mausoleum. Any objections were to be voiced now. In response, the soldiers unanimously pledged their allegiance to Eren's command. Meanwhile, in the guest room of Conrad Castle, Luna remained. Bridden entered, questioning Luna's decision to stay in Pendragon's territory. Luna asserted her intention to accompany young Lord Eren to the battlefield. Bridden, puzzled, queried Luna's motives, citing the broken engagement and Eren's perceived ineptitude in battle despite his apparent transformation. In response to Bridden's suggestion that Lady Luna should swiftly return to Seerod territory under his escort as a skilled knight, Luna sharply rebuked his condescending attitude. She expressed her disdain for Bridden's constant arrogance and belittlement of others, highlighting his apparent unawareness of her reasons for remaining at the castle. Luna explained that the Pendragons were relatives of the Seerod family, being one of the 5 ducal houses of the empire and bearing the bloodline of the emperor. Despite the broken engagement, Luna emphasized the importance of gathering information on the Pendragon's actions to assess potential losses and gains for the Seerod house. She asserted that it would be unwise to hastily return to Seerod territory, especially when young Lord Eren embarked on his journey to the front. Luna declared her intention to accompany Eren, ensuring she remained abreast of developments. Bridden conceded to Luna's reasoning, agreeing to accompany them only as far as the Bellant Gate. Bridden pressed Luna to promise that after reaching the Bellant Gate, she would return home with him. Luna assented, reassuring Bridden that she would honor her word. However, in her thoughts, Luna pondered the significance of Eren's transformation. She believed that if Eren succeeded in opening the mausoleum with his newfound strength, the Pendragon house would undoubtedly reclaim its former glory. Luna resolved to witness firsthand just how formidable Eren had become. Meanwhile, Bridden seethed with resentment over Eren's perceived humiliation of him. He harbored a deep desire to demonstrate to Eren the harsh realities of the outside world once they departed. The scene transitions to 15 days later, where all the assembled forces stand outside the castle, prepared to depart. Eren's mother, Selena, embraces him tightly, urging him to promise his safe return. Eren reassures her, pledging to secure the White Dragon and the mausoleum before returning home unharmed. He then turns to see Irene and Mia shedding tears. With comforting words, Eren assures them of his safe return. Lindsay approaches Eren, signaling that it's time to leave. Eren mounts his horse, ready to embark on the journey. Just as he prepares to depart, the butler arrives, presenting Eren with Pendragon's revered sword, the Window Scream. As Eren accepts the sword, he reflects on the significance of the upcoming battle. He is determined to reclaim Pendragon's power and fulfill the long-awaited wish of the Valt house that he couldn't fulfill in the past. With the treasured sword in hand, Eren is resolved to restore the honor lost by the Raven family and erase the stigma of their betrayal against the Empire. With determination coursing through him, Eren readied himself for the impending battle. As he raised his sword, he rallied his troops, urging them to fight for the glory of Pendragon. The soldiers surged forward, confronting the monstrous wolves that lurked within the forest. Killian cautioned Eren to be careful, but Eren assured him that he could handle the creatures. With a single swift strike, Eren dispatched the monsters, instilling confidence in his troops. He urged them to press onward without hesitation. Killian, Lindsay, and Luna watched in awe as Eren displayed his prowess. Upon reaching the Belent Gate, Eren halted his troops and instructed Killian to remain outside while he assessed the situation within. Killian ordered the soldiers to rest until further notice. Approaching Eren, Lindsay offered him water, her face smeared with dust. Concerned for her well-being, Eren suggested she take a break and wash her face. Blushing, Lindsay protested, claiming she couldn't possibly do so. Eren insisted to Lindsay that it was an order, reassuring her that she need not worry about him. He urged her to rest, emphasizing that it was equally important for her well-being. Lindsay acquiesced, agreeing to follow Eren's directive. Entering the Belent Gate, Eren surveyed the scene with disappointment. The state of disrepair exceeded his expectations. There were insufficient personnel and resources to maintain the fortress. Even the soldiers' equipment was worn out, leaving Eren to lament that even the Rakshasa unit might have been better equipped. Recognizing the importance of the Belent Gate in Pendragon territory, Eren was dismayed by the incompetence of its commander and knights. He turned to Killian for answers, inquiring about the whereabouts of the gate's leadership. Killian revealed that the knights had deserted, taking the soldiers with them. Shocked by this revelation, Eren's frustration grew. Determined to rectify the situation, Eren informed Killian of his intention to pursue the deserters the following day. Eren wasted no time in issuing orders to Killian, instructing him to prepare everyone without delay. His resolve hardened. Eren vowed to confront those soldiers who dared to underestimate Pendragon's authority. The scene shifted to the Southstone Forest within Pendragon territory, where an abandoned monastery served as the rendezvous point for the bandits. Among them, word spread like wildfire that Eren Pendragon had awakened. With determination gleaming in their eyes, the bandits resolved to deal with Eren Pendragon themselves. The scene transitions to Eren Pendragon's private quarters within the Belent Gate. Eren addresses Killian and the others, expressing his intention to depart ahead of the Pendragon forces the next day, with Killian and the troops following behind. Killian raises a concern about leaving the gate short of commanders and soldiers for defense. Britain interjects, assuring Killian that the Sirad house will provide soldiers to compensate for their absence. This, he explains, is how Sirad will reciprocate Pendragon's hospitality during their stay at Conrad Castle. Britain also pledges his personal assistance to young Lord Eren as a token of gratitude. Eren, however, remains wary of Britain's motives, uncertain of his true intentions. Despite his reservations, Eren decides to temporarily allow Britain's involvement, recognizing the potential benefits of utilizing Sirad's resources. Acknowledging Killian's potential discontent with leaving the gate under another family's supervision, Eren assures him that their priority is to ensure the success of their mission. Killian reassured Eren, acknowledging that the current circumstances prioritize practicality over appearances. He explained that the bandit leader, Del Jeffrey, had taken over 20 soldiers when he deserted, likely gaining more followers since. In Killian's view, the larger Pendragon's forces, the better their chances. Eren expressed gratitude for Killian's swift comprehension. Curious to learn more about Del Jeffrey, Eren urged Killian to elaborate. Killian described Del Jeffrey as a skilled swordsman, but noted his arrogance. He recounted how, upon Eren's incapacitation, Del Jeffrey had brazenly demanded the title of Baron and control over 3 villages near the gate. When the Duchess promptly refused, their relationship soured, leading to Del Jeffrey's desertion. Now a bandit controlling the area around the village of Southstone. Hearing this, Eren concluded that Del Jeffrey was not unintelligent. He surmised that it was more efficient and strategic for Del Jeffrey to expand his power by attacking villages outside rather than directly occupying the gate. Eren contemplated that he might have made similar choices in Del Jeffrey's position. Killian further informed Eren that the village of Southstone lay in ruins, warning that without immediate action from Pendragon, the bandits might attempt to seize the gate. Upon hearing this, Eren decided to orchestrate the entire operation, but to entrust Killian with its command. Killian was taken aback by Eren's decision. Eren explained that the men who had followed Killian in Eren's absence would be more inclined to follow his orders due to their established rapport, whereas they had yet to build a relationship with Eren. Eren assured Killian of his trust and reliance on him. Grateful for the vote of confidence, Killian promised to handle the responsibility. Eren then designated Killian to command the troops, with Britain serving as liaison officer and cavalryman. With plans set, Eren instructed both of them to rest, as they would depart the following day. As Killian turned to leave, Eren halted him. Eren offered a sincere apology to Killian for their previous encounter. Killian reassured Eren, expressing gratitude for his concern and assuring him that he had not been injured. He thanked Eren for his thoughtfulness. Eren then conveyed his anticipation of continuing to have Killian serve as a Knight of Pendragon. With their exchange concluded, Killian departed, leaving Eren to reflect. The scene transitioned to the Southstone village, where a soldier informed Jeffrey that they had exhausted the available resources in the area. Contemplating their next move, Jeffrey considered the possibility of taking down the gate soon, envisioning a future where Pendragon would inevitably fall under his control. Meanwhile, Eren and the Pendragon forces arrived at the Southstone village. Surveying the dilapidated state of the village, Eren noted its dire condition, worse than he had expected. Turning to Killian, Eren inquired whether the rest of Pendragon's territory faced similar challenges. Killian confirmed Eren's suspicions, revealing that 70% of Pendragon's total territory shared the same plight. Killian explained that while there were a few villages managing to hold their own, attempting to seek help from the gate often resulted in encounters with bandits and monsters, placing them in perilous situations. Eren realized that while he had been focused on reclaiming the mausoleum, he also needed to address the challenges faced by the Pendragon territory as a whole. Suddenly, a rustling from above caught their attention. Eren immediately alerted everyone to stay vigilant. A monstrous creature descended from the trees. Recognizing it as a harpy, Eren noted that its appearance couldn't have come at a more opportune moment. Eren swung his sword at the bird monster, but it deftly evaded his attack. He swiftly instructed his 5 arbalests to step forward, commanding them to capture the harpy without causing harm. With precision, the arbalests managed to pin down the harpy as instructed. Killian remarked on the monster's increasing boldness in encroaching upon human villages. Suddenly, goblins emerged from the bushes, launching an attack on Eren. However, Eren effortlessly dispatched the goblins, leaving both the harpy and the defeated goblins at his feet. Killian suggested dealing with the monsters, but Eren had a different plan. He declared that both the harpy and the goblins would be joining their ranks. Shocked by this decision, Killian and the soldiers questioned Eren's rationale. Eren explained that goblins possessed keen eyesight, while harpies were known for their speed, making them valuable allies. He saw them as useful familiars to aid in their mission. Killian expressed disbelief, having never heard of someone using monsters as familiars before. Eren reminisced about how Killian had witnessed something similar on a battlefield long ago, though Killian seemed perplexed by Eren's remark. Eren clarified that he had come across this concept in a book. If he could utilize monsters or any other resource, he would. With a confident smile, Eren urged Killian to observe. Approaching the goblins, Eren inquired about their presence in human territory beyond the forest. The goblin, identifying himself as Khazal, explained that besides Eren's group, many menacing creatures such as wolves, ghouls, harpies, orcs, and even a white dragon had encroached upon their hunting grounds, forcing them to seek refuge in human territory. Understanding Kazal's predicament, Eren turned to the harpy named Tada. With a firm gaze, Eren questioned Tada if he had ever harmed a human. Startled, Tada admitted to never having done so. Drawing his sword, Eren declared to both Tada and Kazal that they would now be under his command. As the Lord of the Land, Duke Pendragon, Eren made it clear to Tada and Kazal that disobedience or attempted escape would result in facing the wrath of the White Dragon. Both Tada and Kazal trembled at the thought and quickly pledged their obedience to Eren's commands. Satisfied with their response, Eren asserted his authority, informing them that they now served under him. Their first task was to lead Eren to the Southstone village via the shortest route. Behind them, Killian and the soldiers watched in astonishment at Eren's ability to command the monsters. Killian acknowledged Eren's unconventional approach and resourcefulness, recognizing that there was much to learn from his methods. Eren couldn't help but smile at the compliment. The scene shifted to the village where Kazal had successfully guided Eren and the troops. Eren instructed Killian to remain behind while he and Bridden, accompanied by a few soldiers, would launch an attack on the abandoned monastery. Eren decided to dispatch a messenger later to inform Killian and the soldiers that they could join him afterward. Killian nodded in understanding. Meanwhile, Luna pondered her lack of battlefield experience despite being under young Lord Eren's protection, wondering if she would be able to handle it. Bridden reassured Luna, promising to protect her. Eren ordered the first group to depart, instructing Kazal and Tada to conduct a reconnaissance mission from the sky. As Eren pressed forward, they encountered Jeffrey and his soldiers escorting villagers to the abandoned monastery. Just as Jeffrey was about to strike a young villager, Eren intervened, swiftly incapacitating Jeffrey. Astonished to see Eren Pendragon in Southstone village, Jeffrey questioned how the once timid kid had ended up there. Before Jeffrey could say more, Eren silenced him with a firm command. As Jeffrey attempted to speak, Eren sternly indicated that he would allow him to talk when he deemed it appropriate. However, instead of engaging in dialogue, Jeffrey swiftly dashed to the other side, commanding his soldiers to attack. Responding with precision and swiftness, Eren effortlessly incapacitated the assailants, leaving Jeffrey astonished by his prowess. Before Eren could confront Jeffrey directly, Bridden intervened, intercepting Eren's strike aimed at Jeffrey. Luna and the other soldiers watched in disbelief as Bridden stepped in. Bridden offered assistance to Jeffrey, who inquired about Bridden's identity. Bridden revealed himself as the first knight of the Order of the Red Moon from the Sirad Count House. He expressed his willingness to aid Jeffrey in his attempt to take down Eren Pendragon. Observing this exchange, Luna questioned Bridden's motives. Bridden reassured Luna, implying that he was more suitable for her than Eren. Ignoring Luna's concern, Bridden and Jeffrey launched a coordinated attack against Eren. Concerned for Eren's safety, Luna urged him to step away from the confrontation. However, Eren proved his capability by effortlessly blocking both Bridden and Jeffrey's attacks, subsequently pushing them back. Turning to Luna, Eren instructed her to move to a safer location, assuring her that he would swiftly deal with the knights. As Kazal escorted Luna to safety, she couldn't help but worry about Eren facing formidable opponents like Bridden and the bandit leader alone. Despite her concern, Luna found herself blushing as she watched Eren's display of strength. Eren then commanded Tada to fetch Killian, prompting Tada to rush off to fulfill the task. Bridden and Jeffrey warned Eren that even with reinforcements, they would defeat him before help arrived. Unfazed, Eren chuckled and invited them to attack him together. Confident in his abilities, both Jeffrey and Bridden launched a joint attack on Eren. As Bridden lunged forward, Eren skillfully evaded his strike and managed to shatter Bridden's sword with ease. Swiftly maneuvering behind Bridden, Eren swiftly incapacitated both Bridden and Jeffrey with a single decisive blow, leaving them astonished. Addressing them calmly, Eren remarked that their conventional swordsmanship was no match for him. Turning his attention to Bridden, Eren swiftly disarmed him, leaving Bridden stunned. Eren instructed Bridden to cease lying on the ground and fulfill his duty of escorting Luna back to her territory. He warned Bridden to leave Pendragon territory immediately and never return. Terrified, Bridden scrambled away, fleeing towards safety. Eren then turned to Jeffrey, who questioned if Eren had made a pact with a demon. Jeffrey warned Eren about the numerous bandits still inside the mansion, expressing doubt in Eren's ability to face them alone. Eren addressed Jeffrey firmly, questioning if he had forgotten about Pendragon's exceptional soldiers. He declared that his task was complete, and from that point forward, it would be his outstanding soldiers who would deal with the remnants. As if on cue, Killian arrived with the Pendragon forces, standing behind Eren. Eren warned that those who had betrayed Pendragon could expect no leniency in their punishment. After neutralizing the bandits, the scene shifted outside where the villagers expressed their gratitude to Eren for saving them. Eren assured them they could freely reach out if they needed assistance with reconstruction efforts. Delighted, the villagers thanked Eren for his aid, their cheers filling the air as he departed from the village. As Eren left, Kazal and Tata approached him, requesting a reward for their assistance. Eren promised them a fitting reward once they returned to the campsite, prompting smiles from both creatures. Meanwhile, Killian informed Eren that the Southstone village seemed to be managing well for the time being. However, Eren disagreed, stating that there was still one more task to complete before they could conquer the Ancona forest.